Alright guys, so as you can tell, it's been a while since I've been on here, and I thought that I guess I would come back. So there's been a lot that's changed in the last, since a year, I guess, since I've uploaded on YouTube. A lot fertility-wise, a lot life-wise. I don't even know where to start. I guess life-wise, if you don't know from before in our previous videos, John and I lived in Brampton, Ontario, and I graduated the program that I was doing in university, and we decided to move back to my hometown, all the way in Nova Scotia. So for those who you are not familiar with Canada, that's a long distance move. What was it? It took us almost 2 days to get there. We drove. What else has changed? So we moved to Nova Scotia. Our dog ended up having puppies. If I can remember, I'll insert some of the clips from these things in here somewhere. So yeah, we moved to Nova Scotia. Didn't really work out that well. It's not what we had anticipated Nova Scotia to be. We thought it was going to be a move for the better. It ended up being a move for the worse. So we saved up. We were there for 6 months, I think, something like that. We decided we were going to move back to Ontario, and I decided I was going to go and get my BA. So I guess that's what we're doing now. We moved back to Ontario. We're not in Brampton anymore, but we are in Mississauga, so it's still not that far. I have returned to the exact same university. I am in college, or university, whatever it is you want to call it. I'm getting my BA now. So what else changed? We ended up having to move in with roommates because when we moved back to Ontario, our apartment that we had aside, I guess the guy rented it out, so I don't know if he thought that we were not serious, or because it was a long distance thing, he didn't want to have to rely on us if he didn't really know. Anyways, regardless, whatever the reason was, we ended up getting an apartment as soon as we could, which, we needed somewhere to stay, right? Hotels were retarded expensive. So we got roommates. We moved into a place with roommates. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about that. I don't think I will ever do roommates again. We are currently looking for our own place. Finding a place here is really hard, but, we're looking. I guess hopefully something will pop up soon before winter hits. The weather's already kind of started to get cold. Yeah. It's October now. I figure within the next month and a half, we'll have snow on the ground. So, the nights have already, I've already busted out a winter jacket, guys. So, luckily today's a nice sunny day. It's plus 23 today, but honestly, the last couple weeks have been pretty cold. So, what else do I even touch on that? We started a business that just seems to be picking up. It's doing well. For those of you who don't know, marijuana is now legal in Canada. Recreational wise and medicinal wise, it's completely legal here. And John and I started a marijuana company. Now we do help so many people. We help so many people with so many different disabilities and so many things that it's a more natural pathway of, I guess, healing, I guess. Instead of having to take all these different crazy prescription drugs, which are probably in the end giving you cancer, but that's a whole different vlog on its own. Anyways, that's picking up. It's great. I'm not sure what will happen after the 17th when they decide that they're going to start shutting recreational dispensaries down and you need to get a license to do so. So I guess we'll see how that turns out. Yeah. So that's great. I'm actually presently on my way to school. It's like 5:15 in the evening. I have a 6:30 class. Luckily my schedule is not like all over the place, and I'm still fairly free to do what it is that I need to do. I guess what else is there to talk about? Fertility wise, so that's been, yeah, I guess, well, for those of you who don't know, we've been seeing Dr. Michael at Astra Fertility here in Ontario, and he's been great. We did not, like, it's been, as you can tell, I'm not pregnant. We don't have, well, I guess you probably can't tell I'm sitting down, but I'm not pregnant. We haven't had a baby. When we were in Nova Scotia, we were taking a break from fertility medication and just kind of doing the natural way, just because there's not really any specialists out there to be able to help you with infertility needs. Like, Nova Scotia doesn't really have what we would need out there. So, I guess that's another reason I wanted to come back to Ontario, so you can figure out what's going on with me and, like, what it take the next steps and to be able to have a baby. So when we came back, we started our fertility back up again. We went and got some blood work done, all this good stuff. Nothing came back abnormal. Everything was good. I started a cycle 2 months ago, I think. 2 or 3 months ago. And we started taking Gonal F injections along with the Ovidril and the Femara. And then there was like multiple vitamins that we were taking with it. That was our first cycle with Gonal F. Now, we decided to not do the IUI route just because our doctor said that his sperm count was higher than average, so it really wouldn't have made it much more successful than it would naturally. So we opted for trying the natural route rather than the IUI. And so yeah, we did the Gonal F with the natural route, no IUI, and we were successful. We did get pregnant. That was our first time actually getting pregnant in the 3-4 years we've been trying. So Gonal F did work for us. However, unfortunately, we went in for a 6-week ultrasound and the baby wasn't developing as he should have been. They couldn't find a heartbeat, so they couldn't even find an embryo. They found a yolk sac, and then I guess after that they wanted me to come back in. And now the thing is, when they found a yolk sac, the nurse that I was talking to, she's like, oh, they couldn't find anything, just the gestational sac. I was like, okay. And then I guess the doctor wanted to meet with us, so we met with the doctor, and she said yes, there was in fact a yolk sac, which was great news. I was thinking like maybe he just kind of, maybe the baby implanted later than what on average I guess would. Maybe it took longer, and maybe he just needed a little bit more time before the heartbeat started to develop. So we waited a week or so. I went back. There was a yolk sac, and then there was a gestational sac and a yolk sac, and then we couldn't see an embryo. So we went back. The doctor wanted us to go back again a couple days later just to confirm that, like, if it was going to end in a miscarriage or if the baby, like I said, had implanted later. And there was an embryo. However, there was still no heartbeat. So she wanted us to come back again 10 days later. And I had no problems with this. If there was any remote chance that my baby was going to survive that I was going to take that chance. So we went back again, and the ultrasound showed that not only was there still not a heartbeat, but it hasn't progressed at all in growing. So I was 10 weeks pregnant, still measuring at like 5 or 6 weeks pregnant, and that was an issue, and the doctor determined that it would result in a miscarriage and that it wasn't going to be a successful pregnancy. Because I was so far along, I did end up having to have a D&C done, which was excruciating. I would not want to wish that upon anybody in my life. It was very emotional, very hard on my body, hard on me physically, emotionally, like just overall hard. And yeah, it was just so. And if you see me not crying now and stuff, I've had lots of time to process this. Like I said, it's been a couple of months, and it still does bother me sometimes. Like, I'll still start thinking about it and I'll tear up. But the doctor said that they were sending, when we were in the hospital after the D&C procedure and I woke up, Dr. Michael had specified that he was going to send the embryo off for testing to determine if there was any chromosome issues or anything like that which could have caused us to miscarry. So he did that, and then we had an appointment with him. Actually, that was a couple months ago, and we just recently had an update appointment with him like a week ago. Probably, yeah, about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks at most. It was determined, so we went in, and I asked him about the test results, about the baby, and it ended up happening that we were pregnant with a male, a healthy male, that had absolutely nothing wrong with him. Why he wasn't developing, we don't know. His chromosomes came back normal, his DNA came back normal. There wasn't no disabilities, nothing that could have possibly ended up in a miscarriage. So we don't know if maybe it was something wrong with our DNA or something wrong with me physically that caused us to end up miscarrying. We're not exactly sure. Whatever the case may be, I don't know. Like, we don't know what caused the miscarriage to happen. So Dr. Michael ordered like an extensive amount of blood work on not only me but also on John as well. And we went in for blood work. There is some other blood work that I need to get done that they can't do at my clinic just because it's some next level tests that they don't really do. So they're gonna test like my immune system, like all this other stuff to make sure that like my body wasn't trying to fight off the pregnancy, I guess. So I guess we'll have to wait for those results. I'm probably gonna go tomorrow or sometime this week to get that other test done. Yeah. And what else? There's like a crazy amount of traffic right now. Yeah. I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry guys. Basically, fertility-wise, we had that one successful time, but unfortunately it ended up ending in a miscarriage, which was devastating for both me and John. It was really hard on me. Yeah. So, since my D&C, I have not yet had a cycle. So, out of everything, we found out what works. We found out what gets us pregnant. We found out that using Gonal-F, the very first time we were successful. So we're hoping that the second time we use Gonal-F, we will be just as successful, and hopefully that the pregnancy will progress as it should. So whenever I get my cycle, hopefully soon, like, it's been like 2 months, guys, hopefully whenever I get my cycle, which I'm hoping would be like any day now, I'm really keeping my fingers crossed on that we will start up another fertility treatment. I already have all my medications in the fridge. I have my Gonalef, my Ovidril, and my Femara, and all that stuff, along with progesterone suppositories that we were doing. Sorry. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. Yeah, so hopefully that will happen soon, and we'll be able to bring you guys along on this journey with us, which will hopefully be a successful one. What else? We ended up getting another dog. He's a Pakistani Mastiff mixed with English Mastiff, so he's a big boy. And then, I don't know, I guess you guys don't know because you didn't see Snow's first litter. So she ended up having 8 puppies. We ended up keeping one. We kept a brown dog and we named her Starfire. So now we have 3 dogs. We have Snow, we have Starfire, which are both females, and then we have Panda, which is a male, which is the newer dog that we adopted. We didn't get him from puppy. He was actually a year old when I adopted him. He was a farm dog. He had a little bit of nipping problems when he gets excited, but other than that, he's been great since, I would say, after the first couple weeks of being with us. He kind of really settled down, and I guess he's following the other dogs and their rules and what they do. So he's not aggressive. He's very gentle. He loves to play though, and I don't think he knows his own strength where he is such a big dog. But he's been great. Snow is currently pregnant with her second litter. It'll be her second litter, also her final litter. We won't breed her anymore. I don't have any intentions on wanting to breed Snow again. I think twice is more than enough. You see so many people out there who breed their dogs consistently over and over and over again, cycle after cycle after cycle, which to me, honestly, guys, that's animal cruelty. Stop this. You guys should not be doing that. But again, that's another topic for another time. Wow, this highlighter is making my face actually look oily on camera. But yeah. So hopefully, we'll be able to bring you along on this journey that we're doing, fertility-wise and life-wise and all of that stuff. And we have lots of markets and stuff coming up for the business that hopefully I'm really keeping, I'm hoping we can bring you along on. Fertility-wise, we'll bring you along on that. Hopefully we'll be getting our own home soon and not have to do this whole roommate thing, which I am honestly dying for it to happen. I need my own space. I feel so clusterfucked with the house. If you think about it, we're coming from a two-bedroom house, which is already crowded for us. And now we're all clusterfucked into this one tiny fucking bedroom. Excuse my language, but in this one tiny bedroom with 3 large dogs. I don't have little dogs, guys. I don't have these little chihuahua things. I have dogs that are they're big dogs. So I have 3 dogs. Of course, we have my daughter that comes to visit us in Ontario. For those of you who don't know, which I guess will be honestly a completely different topic. We're still in court for it. That's something completely different. We'll discuss that again at a future date. My daughter lives in Nova Scotia. She'll be coming to visit us. So as you can tell, we do need a larger space. We can't be all clusterfucked into one tiny room. Guys, I will show you my room. I have shit piled on top of shit. To the point where stuff is so piled high above my head that I can't even reach it. There's no space. We have John's daughter who comes to visit us on weekends because she does live here in Ontario. So we have her that's coming to stay with us on every other weekend. We have my daughter that's going to be coming to stay with us. We have John. We have a bunch of business stuff in our, we don't have an office to store this stuff. We don't have We have 3 dogs. We're about to have a litter of puppies, which is like 8-9 puppies. It's a lot, and I don't have anywhere to put them. So we're currently like trying to like clean out our walk-in closet to give it to Snow so she can have it as a whelping box. I don't know, we're gonna have to figure something out. But I guess after all this, yeah, we definitely need our own place, guys. So we're gonna look around. The building we're actually currently staying in has some availability, so I'm thinking we might go apply there. It's kind of on the upper side of our price range. Like, it's not exactly what I had hoped to pay for an apartment here. For those of you who aren't from Ontario or have never been to Ontario, rent is extremely expensive here, guys. Like, it's expensive. And I guess they're looking at like a little over $1,800 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-story, 2-bathroom apartment plus den, and I guess it has washer and dryer hookups. It's a really nice building. It would be great if we could get into this building, just because there's lots of space in the apartment itself, but because John and I are sharing it, we only have like a large room, nowhere near. Oh my god, okay, sorry, we're only like lost my train of thought again. We only have a room, like I said. We don't have an office. We need an office. John needs at least another room to put all of his business stuff in. Like, our kids are gonna need a room. If we have a baby, the baby's gonna need a room. John and I need our room. Like, the dogs need space to move. Like, it's a lot. So I don't know, hopefully we'll deal with that soon, in the next week or two, and then hopefully we'll get the place and we'll take you on our journey with moving. But aside from that, I guess there's a lot that we didn't bring you on, and I'm sorry for that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's happened in our life in the last year, I guess. Yeah, like, I think I have videos somewhere of our trip to Nova Scotia and, like, moving back and stuff. If I can find any of that, I will add that somewheres in here, or we'll just make a completely separate vlog, whatever. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it, guys. I guess I was kind of hoping that, like, I don't really want to do these sit down vlogs. Like, honestly, I don't like them. I don't like watching them. I don't want to be one of those vloggers. So, I know that's what I did in my past vlogs, and I think it was just because it was easier where I was just starting out vlogging. But, I have intentions on actually, like, taking you guys out with us and showing you guys things that we're doing and how everything works. So, right now, I'm just, as you can see, I'm driving. I'm almost to school. My school is, honestly, it's like, I'm so tired. My school is like a 20-minute drive, but because it's a 6:30 class, there's like so much traffic here because I'm coming into Brampton, not going out of Brampton. So for anybody who's ever driven in Brampton, you know it is literally hell. I have to go make a nail appointment coming up. I have a massage appointment tomorrow. Yeah, there's just so much going on. So it's been nice talking with you guys. It's been great giving you guys a little bit of an update. Like I said, this is a mini update. There's a lot of stuff that happened, like a large quantity of stuff that happened, but I guess this guys keeps you a little bit up to date on what happened in our lives in the last year. we will hopefully I'll just like be able to keep you guys updated, I guess, roughly. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm all over the place. Yeah. So I'm about to pull up to school in like another 5 minutes, and I have to go to this class. I guess that's it, guys. Like, I don't really know what else to update you on off the top of my head right now. Like, this vlog wasn't planned. I'm just trying to like update you guys off things that I can like think of off the top of my head. I mean, the whole fertility thing that happened obviously recently, so I could update you guys on that. And like the move to Nova Scotia was a large deal, so but there is, like I said, there is other stuff that I'm probably just not thinking of off the top of my head that I could have given you guys an update on. But we'll be sure to keep you updated, give you future vlogs and all that good stuff. Anyways, I'm going to go to school, and we will talk to you again soon. But yeah, bye guys, peace and love, until next time.